Hi, I'm Ron from Pacific Permaculture. Today I'm going to have a little harvest. Okay, it's a little wet out here because it rained this morning. Thanks to Susie from Out West Homestead beating the rain drum. We had a really hot day yesterday. I was out here watering. If I'd known she was beating the drum so hard, I wouldn't have came and watered. But anyway, the rainwater helped. And anyhow, I got things to do here. But it's morning, so I'm going to be harvesting. For those who don't know, the thing you want to do is harvest in the morning because your tomatoes, whatever, are going to be sweeter if you harvest them in the morning before it gets warm, after a warm day, because it does something to do with the sugars. Okay, it makes more sugars in the fruit or something. So anyway, I can't explain it. They taste better. So that's the thing. I'm going to harvest some tomato here and see how they are. Homegrown is always best, as you know. Used to talk about homegrown as far as marijuana when I was a kid. But anyway, this homegrown veg. Now technically, tomato botanically is a fruit. So I'm going to set these right here because I'm trying to make some video and harvest. So set them on the soil. They feel like they're kind of soft. They also look like they got a little bit of scalding from the sun, maybe. So that's the thing. So I guess, you know, Susie won the one of the books from my 4-year giveaway, so I guess this was a little give back. Thanks. Bang that drum some more. We can always use extra rain out here. And, you know, we're not going to turn down a little extra rain. So it looks like we got aroma. I'm not sure what that other variety was, but this is some kind of aroma. I think this is Amish paste tomato. It's kind of aroma, which is one that's more of a... The paste are ones that aren't as juicy, okay? So easier for making sauce and whatnot, I believe. So that's why they like them. And, yep. This is our first harvest at Pacific Permaculture Institute. So here we go. You know, some nice bell pepper, sweet pepper. They're not quite bell-shaped, but nice sweet pepper. And we also have these ones. There's hot peppers that look like this, but for me, what I got was the sweet peppers that look like this. So these are really super sweet. I harvested some last week and I put them in some food. Excellent. So harvest some of these off. They're nice and red. And see what happens. Maybe I should have clipped them off with something, huh? And in my greed, I'm going to harvest a bunch of them today instead of waiting. Maybe I should leave a little bit, but got those. And over here's a nice one. Looks a little heat frazzle, so I better harvest that one. Get what I can out of that. Some more tomato. Looks good here. This is a grapevine. I was just experimenting, seeing what happens with that. And some of my wonderful varieties, it looks like they didn't take, or what, my tomato varieties, but I'll try to look at the tags of these that took and did well and try to grow them again. Always trying to grow the nice heirloom varieties, but sometimes they're a little temperamental. So that's the thing. Quite a haul here, it looks like. Tomato Junction. I'm just gonna kind of pre-harvest this stuff and leave it in the barrel, and then I'll come back later and gather it all up. Now these are beets, and the beet I had already harvested, it wasn't the biggest thing, mind you, but wow, the vibrancy in that. Even though I ate it a week after I harvested it, it was in the fridge, still more flavorful and vibrant than the store-bought. So that's the thing. And that one, you know, I guess when they're pushing themselves out of the soil, they want to be harvested. So there you have it. Anyway, what do we got here? This basil I let go to seed partly because I'm not here very much. So it was partly oversight, but partly I wanted some of it to go to flower so it could go to seed and just reseed on itself into this barrel. So trying to make it where it's a little bit easier for the gardener here. So put these in here just to pick them up later. Get them. And we got some oregano down here that's going to flower and seed, and happy about that. So eventually these half barrels, I'll probably always have some half barrels, they'll kind of self-seed every year. So that's the idea. We're gonna make our work in the garden less over time, unless we're expanding. We want the same amount of garden space to take less work. And that way, you know, maybe we can grow more garden space with the same amount of work, etc. So these kale, I just got into eating kale lately, and wow, what a vibrant thing to put in your diet. And you know what? I'm enticed by these bell peppers, or whatever you call these sweet peppers, and thinking to harvest one of these at least today. Maybe they can go longer on the vine, but they got my appetite brewing, you know? Appetite is kicking up picking this stuff. Just like, wow, I can taste it already. What else? What kind of goodness we got growing here? Let's look around these other pots I got here. See what other garden goodness we got growing on here, folks. It looks like one of my mandarins is on the vine here. Amazing. I didn't do anything to those at all. I just put them in here. We're kind of experimenting with gilding and see what happens. So some kind of a melon. I'm caught on my own cage here. Got a melon. Feels like it's getting ready to be eaten to me. Has a little bit, I think it kind of got scalded by the sun. It's kind of sunburnt. But it's feeling soft, like something's already biting into it. So I may sacrifice this one to back into the pot. And let's see if we got another one that can be harvested. It hadn't been eaten into yet, if there is one. It done picked itself. Something's eating that one already too, see? Some little creature is smarter than I am about this stuff. Got there first. See, that melon looks good. I want some. This one too is a little bit moldy and eaten into. So these ones are the ones that'll reseed for next year. That's the thing. We'll leave them here. Maybe bury them under. Cover them over with soil. And I think I got some persimmons on here too. Without much effort, I need to repot these into bigger pots at least, or put them in the ground. And I got stung by a little thorn off the dragon fruit cactus, so yikes. The hazards of this gilding thing, you got to be careful, more careful. So I've got these melons here, but they're not anywhere near ripe. And if you look over here, it's the beautiful Altissimo Rose. Look at that. Isn't that a beauty to behold? Isn't that a sight to behold right there? Look at the beauty. I think that's just excellent. Now roses, you can eat the petals. The petals are edible, and so is the hip. Now, once the petals fall off, this part down here, you know, once it has been pollinated, this hip, the rose ovary, basically swells and makes a hip, and you can eat those. So over here we're looking at our echium. Not doing the best yet, but so far it's doing all right. It'll be floriferous next year, I'm sure. And I think that's the harvest for the day, gang. And you know, these are also, I don't know the variety here, but what a beautiful rose. Rosa Flutterby. So it looks like it starts out kind of a reddish pink and it turns to yellow. Now, isn't that a sight to behold also? Oh my, what a beautiful thing to have. You know, the garden isn't just about what we can eat. It's about what we can take in and soothe our soul type of thing, you know. What gives us pleasure just to look at too. So that's it, you know. That's one thing too. You want to add something that has some beauty to it too, not just what you can eat. So something else is gonna eat my melons, and what else? Let's double, triple, quadruple check over here and see what we got going. What we got growing, I should say. What do we got growing here? That looks like a good one. That's a winner. Wow. Lurkers we got here. Another mater. Tomato. Let me go get me a bag and gather this stuff up, and then I'll show you guys the full tally of what I got here. So let's see. I'm looking for any lurkers that don't want to be picked here. They're getting tastier on the vine. Maybe I haven't noticed. Arr. What did I do with the plant tag for this one? You know what variety it is. That's the thing. I don't know what I did with it. This is kind of a black, it's not black crim, black purple bumblebee. So let's try this baby out. I'm gonna wipe it off on my sweatshirt here. Let's just try it like the old-fashioned gardener method here. Pretty good. Pretty good. Those ones are supposed to get more of a black tone, so I'm sure it'll get even better. But over here, what do we have? What variety we got? This one is called Cascade Lava. Okay, so I think I got a lurker back in here ready to fall off on its own. It's a little bit rigid still, so we're going for the ones that are already soft. They're more vine ripened, mature on the vine. Gonna have more flavor, friends. So there you go, a little bit spotted. I think that's from the sun, kind of getting it, and when the water splashed when I was watering the other day. Let's try it. Okay, now that's a tsunami of flavor, friends. I just got hit by a giant tidal wave of flavor. Homegrown tomato. That's where it's at. Start growing your own food, friends. Grow some extra, share it. We can make this world better. One garden at a time. Anyway, I will get all these put together and show you what my whole take on today is. Okay, so what you see here is my harvest for the day. This is kind of my August harvest. I'm not going to say I got tons of things, but these are very good. And these are not hot peppers. These are sweet peppers. The ones I've had so far. This one's really ready to eat. We're really super sweet. And I pick them in the morning before it gets too hot, like I say. So this is a beet, Shiogia. That's the one that's the target looking one. And if you cut it sideways, it looks kind of like a tie-dye looking thing. And some tomatoes and some kale. I'm not going to say I had a giant harvest, but this is all good stuff. It all tastes good, from the basil to the oregano. Every bit of this is much better than anything you can buy. You can't buy this quality. Anyway, thanks to all who've been watching, and like, subscribe, comment, share, whatever if you like this channel. Thanks. Bye.